the ONYXCON Foundation. What's happening there? How y'all doing? It's Thursday again. Chop it up with y'all a little bit. Yes, indeed. Dang, is my picture lagging or something? I noticed I turned my head. It was like frozen, and then it popped back. Oh, man. If y'all come up in here, let me know if you're a subscriber, because that's the only way you can chat. Let me know if anything's going on with the signal, because yesterday I had some things. And or was that the day before? I can't even remember, but I know I look back at it and I was disappointed because I was like, oh man, it was doing fine in the beginning, and it was a long live like I always do. I tend to do pretty long lives because I break them up, have to take breaks, do different things, come right back, and then it syncs everything together. But I got in an area where I was riding, it was just real bad signal. And I know that area to be bad, but I forgot that was one of those real bad zones, so it messed it up real. It was like scrambled, and then it was like doing all this glitchy like pause type mess, and the sound went out and the screen went black for a minute, and then it came back. I said, man, this is a mess. I know my folks would be like, I ain't watching it. I wouldn't watch it, so I get it. I mean, all I can do is apologize on behalf of technology because it ain't my fault. You know what I mean? I don't make these apps. We just participate. Now, ain't that the truth, right? We just here putting in the work that they capitalize on, whether we ever see a cent. Hopefully, no, ain't no hopefully. We're going to see our percentage of it because you're going to help us by putting that subscription down and watching content as y'all do. Thank you so much to our 1,700. We got 1,700, so we got our 1,000 that we need. We just need 4,000 watch hours. I say it every day, because you might be new to the channel. Some people who are already here, y'all already know. I'm gonna say it every time because I'm, you know, it's a repetitive type of vibe up in this thing. You have to be to reiterate how important it is for people to support and let them know the value of their support. Y'all are appreciated, man. It's not a game. It's every last second that you spend looking at me or anything I find and relay or anything I react to, which I've been doing a lot of lately. If you noticed, this morning I just got up on a reaction tip. I said I'm gonna do a bunch of short reactions because I've done them before, but seems like the temperature's good for it right now because I got so many good numbers off of those. I mean, in some videos, depending on what it is, I know I'm gonna get a few hundred, and some stuff I'm hoping I'm gonna get at least 1,000. But these all hit hundreds, and I was quite impressed with that. So you will be seeing more of those reaction style collab videos, where basically when you do a collab, it's when people allow the video to be remixed, or you can cut the screen in half and just basically what I do is I just watch it and give an honest reaction. I ain't about to be doing no exact. Oh yeah, we back. So I was saying, y'all, you know, I've been doing reaction videos, and we've done our share of reaction videos. I mean, that's not the only thing we do here, by no means. Definitely not. It's probably the least thing we do, but I'm gonna increase the value of it because I can see that people like them, and I think it makes relatability easier. Like, I watch them. I mean, I ain't gonna front. You're gonna see them whether you want to look for them, whether you're looking for them or not. You're gonna see them. It's a popular medium. I mean, if you just put in hashtag reaction, you see millions next to reaction. And at the end of the day, every YouTuber is looking for where the millions, where the billions, what's gonna put the most eyes on particular types of content. Notice I made mine plural because it is here. We don't have one niche. We do multi-niche content, which I always say most YouTubers do, but they're afraid to say it out loud because they don't want the algorithm to think, oh, okay, we don't know how to market you, so how are we gonna ever get you monetized? Well, I used to think that I was going up an uphill road that couldn't be climbed until I hit that 1,000 subscribers, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna believe in my dream, and you should too. You understand? Don't let these things fool you. I have this theory that is starting to be proven that the only reason they want us to focus on one niche is because it makes it easy. I mean, they say it, if you look up a lot of research, they say it makes it easier for the algorithm to know what advertisers will go with your content. So it's easier to monetize a channel when we're like, okay, we know how to market everybody over here. But what I'm doing, which is harder and more honest to who I am, so I can't help but do it the way I do it, I'm not about to do, ONYXCON is gonna always be about more They're one thing. We always were. Like, we were, when we started, a Comic-Con. But if you know anything about what Comic-Cons really are, they're not just comic books. You know what I'm saying? It's film, it's music, it's performances, it's nowadays everybody's got a car show, everybody's got, you know, of course, cosplay and comics naturally, but the car shows have become a thing. Folk got comedy special, folks come up, do a comedy set. You got folks doing everything from live wrestling shows to doggone, I mean, you name it, seriously. I mean, blood drives, they've always had that. Because anytime there's a large group of people, they'll do blood drives with a local blood bank and things like that. Other health initiatives and everything. Because I know years ago when I first went to Comic-Con International in San Diego, the most influential and definitely still one of the biggest of all the cons. I've read recently that MegaCon and New York City's Comic-Con have taken the lead as the top in terms of volume of people attending, but nothing has more influence than San Diego. It just do what it do. That doggone San Diego Con is a beast in the industry. Until they start announcing Marvel movies in New York, guess who still got the crown? You understand? So, and that's no disrespect to the cities. It's just the truth of the way the business works. But so yeah, if you understand that, and then you see how they've expanded and they have so many other categories. And having been to Comic-Con twice, I was always just in awe of just how many parts of it there are, like so many different worlds within a world. And that's where I got my inspiration to be free about, you know, even when we were doing the Comic-Con, that it didn't only have to be about comics. It didn't only have to be, you know, we used to have novelists. We used to have, and we didn't separate, and the other thing about ONYXCON that was unique, we didn't separate people into rooms like, okay, this is the artist alley and all that. Because people would come in and say, so where's your artist alley? I was like, we don't have one of those. They'd be looking confused, like, what? No, we're not doing what every other con does. Somebody else's structure does not have to be my structure just because it got popular. We have our own shit. You know, and people be looking like, oh, wow. And be like, trust me, you're gonna love it. Because instead of you feeling like, oh man, if I want to see anything like that, I have to go over to that section of the con. No, we used to have a person who may have been a famous painter, illustrator, doing nothing but cover work, okay, right next to somebody who was a writer with a novel, right next to somebody who had a new tabletop game they were developing, right next to somebody who was a musician selling their latest CD, right next to somebody who, this is how we structured our stuff. And it worked, and people loved it. And folks used to come up out of ONYXCON with an arm full of stuff they done bought. You know, they come in empty-handed, and they come out fumbling, juggling bags, you know what I'm saying? Boxes and loads of comics in their arms and everything. And we used to laugh and love it because we knew mission was accomplished. So nothing has changed about the way we do what we do at ONYXCON. We just are not in the form of a Comic-Con anymore. We're a Comic-Con online, and we're everything that a Comic-Con can be online through all of the mediums that we use through social media, including YouTube, including Fanbase, including Facebook, including everywhere we are, Instagram, of course. You know, everywhere we are, that's what it is. If you see us doing something, then that's ONYXCON. I always tell people be like, well, not some people, only some. It's only a few. It's only a handful of people from back in the day that still, if they see me out and about, they say, man, when the con coming back, man, we gonna do the convention. I said, convention is me and you talking right now on this camera. I got you on camera right now, right? Yeah. Okay, promote your book. What's the difference? And you probably get more impact in front of this camera, quite honestly, than sitting behind a table all day. And yeah, 10% of everybody who walks in front of your table and you explain your head off till you go hoarse about what your book or whatever you're doing is about, and they don't even buy it. But then 10% will. So we the 90% of people can do online orders once they see you. And Lord forbid the video go viral because your stuff is hot. See, that's how we work. And that's how we still working. And that's why I tell y'all, support the channels. Not only subscribe, make sure you watch. Make sure you recommend it to 10 other people you know, because 10 people to 10 to 10, the rule of 10. We need 10 for 10, baby. That's what we pushing right now, 10 for 10. You know 10 and they know 10. And before we know it, we all got hundreds and we get to thousands. And before you know it, we in the millions. And the best part is we do more because we have more. We have more resources. We can make it happen. If I want to take a trip out to you keep telling, people used to tell me, hey man, you should come to Houston. You should come to this town. You should come to New York again. You went to school there. You should come back, man. We got so much going on. You should. Well, what you think all these? What, you just think they just because you got a notion and an idea that the plane ticket and the cost of my hotel just gonna pay for itself? We need resources, people. We need resources. Like, and it's real. Like, it can happen. Everything that everybody always wanted to see can happen. And those who say they want to see the convention again, I always say that's at the back burner. That's at the back burner. But it can and it will happen again in due time with and only with proper financial support. Because I've done my time in terms of managing that. I'd rather hand the keys of that part of it over to somebody who is responsible enough, professional enough. I hate when people, like, you're giving them a chance to walk the street and then they looking all around on their phone. By the time they look back, they could have crossed the street, but they weren't paying attention when you gave them the nod, like, yeah, go, man, you good. Folks goofy. Anyway, but yeah, you got everything you need right now. That's what I always tell people who ask me that question, because especially on Instagram, we have 17,000. We used to have almost 18,000, but people come, people go. If you know anything about this social media for real, not these fake accounts where people buying followers, we ain't never bought it down. I've never understood that either. I always say when I bring that up, it never made any sense to me to invite scammers, because that's all that, what else could that be? How do you telling me you gonna give me fake people to follow my page? So I'm inviting the criminal element of the web to my page? Are you out of your freaking mind? Just so you can see some big number that doesn't even matter, because if the people don't support you, it's just a number, I promise you. I promise you, if they don't really support you, the ones that are real, it ain't nothing but a number that you tell people and they say, ooh, you got a lot of people. So freaking what? Are they active? If they ain't doing nothing for you, it's just a big ass number. That's all it is, people. Please know that. Don't never forget that. For all my people who have ambition to do this, and I'd say 1 out of every 5 people nowadays wants to, even if they haven't started the process of doing online social media and stuff. They want to do it for a business, but they don't know where to start. But they steady looking, they steady participating, which is why everybody who knows how it really goes tell, hey, it ain't for everybody to make it to the top, but if you want to just make it to the basics, it's a process, so there ain't no use in wasting time. You need to start now, because it's going to take years. The only people who have an advantage of it not taking years, and I say this all the time because it's just being honest, is the benefit and the beauty of beautiful ladies. Because beautiful people as a whole, yeah, I know I'm handsome, especially for my age. I get it all the time. But guess what? A handsome gentleman ain't got nothing on a pretty woman. I tell my homegirls in the film business all the time, like, do you understand the work we need to be doing? And some of them so narrow-minded because they've been trained into, unless it's on a movie set or unless it's with this person or that thing or this event, they don't think it's really got leverage. And I just laugh. Because I've been here before where people come back later and they're like, oh man, and then it's too late. Then they want, now they all up under you and they were trying to holler at you and you like, oh no, now the role is going to reverse. I'm going to be the one that's busy. When we get monetized and I get the friends who do and will understand the value of being on camera for ONYXCON, showing up for ONYXCON, and I've had a few in the past, I'm not dissing. I know who my real ones are. They still there. Just life goes on. People get, it gets truly busy. Like I said, don't be telling me you're busy unless I don't want to hear that busy shit. I know what busy look like, and busy don't be looking like what some of these people call busy. They just want to feel important. They not busy. They not busy. Now, if when it comes to the lady side of it, you just had a child, say less. You're the busiest person on earth. I got nothing but respect for that. As an uncle, I know what that is. I done changed my share of diapers. I done dealt with them early years. I know what that is. I have nothing but respect for the single moms and the moms, hopefully with the man that made those children with them and all of that. That's the way it's supposed to be. I have nothing but respect for that. So when somebody tell me, oh man, I just became a parent, say less. Get back with me in about 10 years, maybe. Bye. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't in that category, or if you got the kids that's older, and I'm always seeing you try to floss that you went to this event and that event and sat down with this celeb and that celeb, but yet you still always complain about your money ain't right and everything. I ain't impressed. Like I said, your kid's old enough, you ain't got to be looking at them like that hard. You all busybody, you all out and about and doing all kind of little hot trendy shit, but it ain't yielding you the results you think you want. It ain't yielding you the results you think you want. And the stuff you say you want, it be in the oddest of places that sometimes you just got to get out your damn comfort zones, like all of us do, you know? Like even venturing into the area of having more people be involved in the process of making my content is very uncomfortable for me, because I like the control I have over when I put stuff out, the timeline about it. I don't be wasting no time. I don't be spending no 2 days to edit nothing hardly, unless it's like an epic long. If it's a vlog, yeah, vlogs, yeah, that take time. But other than that, I've got it down to a science. It wasn't all, and it used to take me longer, but it comes with experience. I ain't got to the point, man. I can get up, I can edit and edit and edit, and I will get some stuff done. Y'all see it, you know. And it comes to them little shorts and stuff. That don't take no time. What takes time is if I'm out and about, like if I'm doing flip through videos, for example. You know, I'm showing a pair of shoes or something. What seems so simple, go in the store, see a pair of shoes you like, pick it up, turn it all around and everything. It seems real simple, but I'm gonna tell you something. That becomes work real quick when you going down a rack and you picking the 20 best shoes out of probably 500 shoes, okay? Literally. Like, you know, and you're in your mind about it, like based on, you don't have no, I mean, you can, but my mind works where I can remember what types of stuff y'all always react to. So I know which ones are gonna be the ones that's gonna hit, you know? And it ain't just the brand and all that, it's about the look. Certain things always hit. And then certain awkward stuff that I wouldn't personally like or wear, it don't matter. My audience, some of them are gonna be like, ooh, la, 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 I love it. That's, ooh, look at that. And I've seen it happen. Like, it'd be the ugliest shoe in the world to me, but they gonna love it. Because I always had to keep in mind too, I have folks my age, I have younger age. Some of this young audience, stuff that we think is ugly, just like they think it's ugly, and we like it. Like, I had a dude in my comments last week. I'm glad he didn't get no crazier about it, because he would have sure as hell got blocked if he had gotten just ridiculous about it. It's like, yo, get your opinion and keep stepping, but you ain't gotta get indignant about it. But he was getting there. He was, you know, always laugh when people start cussing in their little text. Like, look, man, here's something you gotta understand about profanity, right? I cuss, but I'm managing my cussing always when I'm on here. I'm always conscious of how much is too much and will make me seem a certain way I'm not, first and foremost. That's most important. I have a certain image I'm going to uphold no matter what. The other part is, I know YouTube will block your ass if you get too out of hand. They will shut down your videos if you get too out of hand. You'll be in the middle of your thing and it'll just go off. Like, okay, enough, Mr. Cuss a lot. You get cut off, right? But when people have to put cussing in all their little statements, and that's when I get a little edgy, like, okay. All right, why'd you have to cuss to say? You didn't have to cuss to say that, man. You could have said that without that. But that tells me, okay, who's in the room and how much worse it might get. And, you know, he called on you just saying he didn't like a certain type of Jordan I posted. And I was saying, I think they're hot. I like them. And that ain't going to change for what no kid says online. I know it was a kid because he had his avatar was like some anime character from this generation that I ain't never seen. So I know it's young folk. And that's fine. But I'm just saying, don't be so, I don't understand how this young generation talks to each other, and this, everything is like, sounds like a diss, but then they want to laugh it up and be like, I was just playing, man. Don't do that. Y'all keep that amongst each other. Don't do that with older folk. I keep telling y'all I'm 50. Do not play with older. We don't. I was just playing. Oh, I was too. Hold on. Look, there's your head. It's over there. Go find it. Yes, y'all. And you don't stop, you don't stop. Yes, y'all. And we back, y'all. I like that. We are back, y'all. So as I was saying, you know, hey man, it's just order to everything, you know. Some young folk do not understand, which is why I just done made it an official rule in all things that I'm gonna be doing in ONYXCON. Like, there was a time where I would really be more considerate of, well, I got this young audience. Let me see if I can try to relate a little bit. Man, bump that. Y'all need to relate to me, damn it. Grown folk, we set the standard. We've been here longer. That's how that goes. Don't like it, get off the earth, because we'll be here still. That's how this really works. I'm here to tell you, sorry. So don't expect that to change about how I move and what I do and how I put it out and what I got to say and whatever. It's gonna be that way. And ain't nobody, like, y'all be talking about stand on business. Before y'all made it a phrase, fool, we was doing it. Okay? Period. Period. Y'all knew the hip hop. We made hip hop. Do you understand? Y'all knew the hip hop. We made hip hop. We made hip hop. So this little goofy was in the comments. He talking about some damn, if it ain't the such and such Nike Jordans, and he know then the numbers, then it's whack, and that's them. It's as ugly as hell. And I say, oh Lord, you just doing too much. Hush, little boy. Like, what you talking about, man? First of all, just if you got an opinion, here's how you do that. The way you might be, maybe no one ever told you how you're supposed to do that. When you're online and you have a difference of opinion, the safest thing to do is always make it clear you're not the person who put up the thing you're talking about the shoe. That's the first point, right? If you know the person loves the shoe, you don't diss the shoe all the way. You just say, hey man, hey, glad somebody likes them because I'm not feeling them. That's the kind of statement. That's the kind, well, that ain't me. Yeah, okay, all right, well, you and everybody like you, they don't stay around too long. The worst part is they want to hang out with people as cool as me. They want to hang out with older folk. They want to be around this older energy. They need it because they never had that discipline. But they don't understand how to seek it out properly. The way you do it is humble your damn self and always remember, you're the child. Not my child, but you're a child to me. That's all that is, period. Period. Ain't no way around that, man. Ain't no way around that. Ain't no way around that. That's the way that go. You ain't been here as long. I can remember whatever stage you in, and it just ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. And it's like a scene in the new Spike Lee movie. I love that moment. That made me laugh so hard that I had to stop myself from laughing, because you know you laugh at something in the theater, but you're the only one laughing, and you don't want to be laughing over where other people can't hear the next part. You know, be considerate, always respect first, right? So there's a scene in the movie where one of the characters' sons is a basketball player. I'm not gonna give away nothing, no spoilers. And they did something that they wasn't supposed to do in practice, and the coach gets on them. And when I say them, it was two sons. They're both the same age, but they're sons of two main characters. Denzel's character and Denzel's basically best friend, but also driver and sort of bodyguard character, played by Jeffrey Wright. And so their sons are on the same basketball team, and they both got on Jordans. Hell, I don't even remember which number, if you will. It could have been Jordan 3. I think they were 4s or whatever. I don't know. And they running, and they both had on the same pair of shoes, and they running back. But he said, oh, see, you got them Jordans. The coach is messing with him. The coach is like, see, you got them Jordans on your feet. You know what that means, right? If you're going to wear Jordans, you got to make Jordan proud. You got to make Michael proud. And then they whisper to each other. One of them whispers to the other, like, who's Michael? Man, when I tell you I laugh so damn hard, and at the same time you want to cry, because you're like, this fool said, who's Michael? You wearing Jordans, but you asking, who's Michael? It's like, it was a funny moment, but that's a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace. And some folks take it so lightly nowadays that, you know, I've heard it said before that a lot of these kids, I didn't take it serious first time I heard it. Like, oh man, come on now. They are all over the place, but they ain't that crazy, are they? They do know who Michael Jordan is, right? No. No. Jordan is a brand, since they call it Jordan brand. That's all it is to them. It's a brand. It's like saying Ford or Lincoln. And maybe they know that Lincoln is owned by Ford. Or you say Chevrolet, and maybe they know that that's all GMC, General Motors Company as a whole. It also owns all these other, you know, major brands of cars and stuff. Or, you know, maybe they know, right? And it's pretty pathetic, because in the case of this, for it to be something that's so literally, it's worshipped. I mean, you got whole generations of kids that wasn't even born We literally looking at 2 generations of kids wasn't even here, and got the whole world in their hand with these damn phones. Whole encyclopedias. What's an encyclopedia? Some of them asking that. Shut up if you ask that. Just go look it up, because that again, pathetic, disgraceful. And it's not cute to not know just because it's old information. You're not supposed to only know new information. True intelligence is knowing the past, present, and anticipating the future. You need that, young folks. You do. Because I don't care how smart you are in your little world where they let you, I mean, this new school system and the way they're teaching and the way they're doing stuff, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's looking real just sheesh, bad, all the way bad, because so many of the damn teachers don't even know the truth. And then they're being given new lies as curriculum that they're forced to teach. And ain't nobody here to rebel and say, whoa, now, wait a minute. That ain't facts. And you can't lie to me and tell me that ain't facts. See, we used to do that in my day, you know. And the about it is, when I did that in high school with teachers that didn't know what the hell they was talking about, not all of them, because I had some great teachers, but the few who were like that, I had real ass parents that would come from my rescue and not be like, well, why are you in class causing disruption? No, it was like, they said, what? Oh, that's bullshit. I'll go up there and fight the fight with you. That's the daddy I got. You understand? And that's how fathers ought to be. But you got to be a father to do that kind of procedure. So all y'all who ain't being what you need to step the hell on up. Because this is what it produces. Real ass men that understand what is to be stood on. Talking about you standing on something. You ain't standing on nothing. Always talking about some old street shit that ends your ass in jail. Get your ass shot. That's all y'all talk about when y'all want to talk about standing up for something. Everything you got is some dumb shit. You want to stand for something real, stand for something that's truth. That's what you ought to be standing on. It's, you know, hey man, we got a lot of work to do. I mean, there are rules to a certain extent, like I just said, but as far as like telling it like it is and stuff, not want to step on toes, you ain't stepping on the toes if it's your real audience. They gonna love everything you got to say because they understand where you coming from. And that's the only people I want anyway. You know, it's quality before quantity always. It's respect first over everything. So I always say, if we ever see a M behind a number for ONYXCON, you know, if somebody else got 500 million, we'll only have 5, and that's just great for me. I'd be happy. I will have accomplished so much to know that if I can hold an audience of that many people on this earth that understand and respect